I'm Kip Walby, and thanks for joining me on another Mayor's Corner. It's my pleasure to bring you the 2020 Residential Beautification Award winners. And before we get going, Marika. Names are not best. Marika Bartnick is the first up. But before we move to Marika, I also have Lil Claycomb, as always, the chairperson of the Beautification Commission. So, Lil, tell us a little bit about beautification and how we got here, and then we're gonna talk to Marika about the home here. It's a beautiful home here on Alger Street.
Thank you, Kip. Well, even with this being an exceptional year, we still have beautiful homes in St. Clair Shores, and this is one of them today. We're going to show you 3 that we have. Remember, we try to pick each school district, so we have one in South Lake, one in Lakeview, and one in Lakeshore. Beautification works from year to year. Right now, we are picking the homes for 2021. If you have a neighbor or your home, and you are an exceptional home on the street, we like to pick a home that stands out. Now, we have 12 members. We do pick all these homes. We put them together. We do vote on them. Not just one person makes a decision, but all of us. We enjoy this. I have been told that this is one of the most watched programs on TV when it's on, so thank you very much for that. And also, the next time you drive down one of the streets and you see beautification members working at one of the beds or the flower pots, stop and either honk or wave and say hi. And of course, if you have time, we are looking for volunteers, always. If you have an hour or 2 hours, Skip, a week, we can use you. So either call John Karen, who is our advisor, our council advisor, or call me or City Hall, and we will more than welcome your time. So Kip, this home stands out.
Beautiful.
This lady has done this work, most of it herself. When you take the homes in this neighborhood are all kind of alike, but what stands out with her home? Her beautiful, how many of us would think of putting 2 beautiful lions that big out there in the front porch? I mean, that draws your eye to it right away. And look at the trees she has. You want to carry that out from there?
No problem, Lil. You just jump in anytime, though. Marika, a beautiful home. You've been here almost 30 years, right?
Yes, 1991 of November.
And you told me, right, it was basically nothing, right? I mean,
nothing.
You elaborate.
I planted everything. The trees, the dogwood, the whipping cherry, did all my brick pavers. I do all my flowers every summer by myself.
So it's a hobby.
A hobby, I love it.
You love it.
Because at my other house, it was a rental, never owned my own home.
Nothing better than owning the home, right?
So,
the pride and all of that goes into owning that home.
Yes.
So what's favorite? I mean, it's beautiful. We're in the front yard, but it's beautiful in the backyard. You got hibiscus, you got roses. So you try to flower year round. I mean, tell me about that.
Usually in the summer.
Summer.
I love my summer flowers. I love all kinds of flowers. I try to do a variety. Roses.
Which is a lost art. Most people don't do roses anymore.
Yes, because they keep blooming.
Yeah, and they're temperamental, right? So you.
Well, actually, to me, there's not a lot of work in roses.
Oh,
well,
really?
you have to clip them down when they die. You gotta feed them, but they bloom all summer long.
Yes.
I try to buy stuff that blooms all year, all most of the summer.
Yeah, and I mean, Lil,
Yes.
the roses. A couple of those roses are floribunda. They're like almost 4 feet tall. I mean,
Right.
They've been here for years, right?
The last roses about 5 years.
Well, they got pretty big in 5
Roses,
years.
yeah, about 5.
Sometimes, and when you have the
try.
color
Yes.
that you have and the love for the different flowers. I mean, Kip, look at how many different flowers are here. In her patio back there, part of your driveway.
Yeah,
Wonderful idea. Wonderful idea.
That's my favorite because I sit out there, my friends come over, and
Yes.
we just enjoy.
Yes, and I don't think you see that a lot, right? I mean, it's concrete, right? Obviously, in driveway, but she's put the flower,
the pots.
the pots all around, so as if
And I like my knickknacks, yeah.
you're like in a garden out there.
Right.
Absolutely,
Love it.
absolutely. The different colored pots and the different flowers. It's a very flowery combination. And this year, Kip, with what we've had, the hot weather, no rain. I mean, anybody
Took
that
a lot
can
of watering.
Oh, I bet, right?
But
Yes.
I love watering every
It's,
day.
Every day,
Every day, yes. Unless it rains and then I skip a day.
right? You're out here pulling
Yesterday I
weeds.
did
and-
tweets, weeds, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
done a lovely, lovely job.
Thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you. Been
there's so
enjoyable.
many things about this house and the way that you've put all these flowers. Color is important this year
Right.
because a lot of people have just
I love
forgotten
color,
about
yes.
potting. You know,
Yes.
one pot means a lot, and look at the pots you have, and you water them. I was reading an article, Kip, and it said when you have potted plants or potted vegetable plants, you should water them in this weather twice a day.
Yesterday I
Not
did them
once, but
twice.
twice
Yes.
a day.
Morning
Right.
and when I got home from work.
So that's a
Yes.
lot of work.
It
It's
is.
good exercise.
Oh yeah, love moving around.
Well, and again, the color. I mean, all facets of colors here, right? From light purple, dark purple, the yellows. I mean, it's got everything. The whites,
Absolutely.
everything in here.
Oranges, yes.
Yes.
All kinds.
You know, and again, spring. You get some of the spring
Yeah.
trees that flower. So, it's beautiful. And the last one is, you know, I mean, this is probably like something like my home, maybe built in the 1950s, right? So I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
1950. I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, and this is what you do to a 1950 home.
Yes.
You make it look
Very old.
beautiful, and that's what you have done. So, on behalf of the city, we want to thank you for beautifying the neighborhood. You
you.
make
You're
St. Clair
welcome.
Shores better by having a home look like this. So once again, congratulations on
Thank
being
you
a
so much.
2020 Beautification Award winner.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to
Thank you so much.
thank you very much.
So we're now at the second home, another lovely home on Jefferson Avenue, and the winner is Kathy Batens.
Thank you.
Kathy, beautiful home you have here on Jefferson. Lil announced that we have winners in South Lake, Lakeview, Lakeshore, and we're in the center of the city, so you're in the Lakeview district. So tell us a little bit. Start maybe with the front yard, and as I say all that, it's beautiful to have it on Jefferson because so many people get to enjoy your beautiful home. So it's
Thanks.
fantastic.
You want me to start with my
Yeah,
home?
tell us a little bit. I mean, it's a labor of love, right?
Yeah, well, moved here in 1987. The whole house has been redone repeatedly over the years. Like new windows, just everything updated in the last 5-6 years, and even before that. Same
Sure.
with the inside. And as far as all the landscaping goes, everything's been changed by me because there used to be bushes everywhere.
Sure.
And I didn't like them, so I had them all pulled out and replaced them all with things I either bought from Breck's or from Soulier's or English Gardens, Home Depot, and started them all as little plants, and they grow. And I separate and give some away.
That's fantastic. So this yard too, like the last one actually, has a lot of color, right? You've got the hydrangea, hibiscus, so you like color obviously, right?
Yes, I do, and I'm always changing stuff around. Things get too big, I'll divide them and give them away to friends, or I share with people walking up and down Jefferson, those
Wow.
pink flowers that spread like crazy and grow. You probably saw them
Yeah.
a month ago. Yeah, so I like to share my stuff. If people are crazy about it, I give them some.
I think over the years of doing the show, one of the bigger majority, or I guess not bigger, but the majority of people do is they change a lot, right? That's something they don't like or it gets too big. You're always kind of doing.
Definitely, get rid of it. I
Get
just
rid of
got
it or
rid of a
something
lot
different.
of plants that were overtaking my flower gardens and threw them all away. Well, no, I lie. I gave a bunch away to the guy that fixed my seawall.
Beautiful. Once again, you have roses too. Roses are, not everyone has them, but the beauty of roses is, somewhere in mid-June and they go all summer, right?
Yes, I have tons of roses, and a lot of them I buy as babies through catalogs and stuff because
Bare
they seem
root.
to have a
They-
bigger.
do they come bare root?
No,
Oh,
they
they-
come like 4 inches, 6 inches high,
Oh, wow.
and I just fertilize them and plant them and trim them down every year, and then they grow. And then there's this stuff called 7 I put on my plants
Yes.
when the spiders eat them,
Yes, yes.
and that saves them.
Yep. And then the backyard, because not everyone gets to see the backyard, obviously, because they're looking at your front yard. You got a deck out there. You got brick. You got stamped concrete, right?
Yes, I have all of it. Do you want me to name the company that did it?
Well, Soulier's did.
Soulier's did all my
brickwork.
brick pavers back there, and I dug up most of the flower beds myself.
So you work weekends on it, or you're out here daily?
Well, I do it every Monday because it's garbage day. And then during the week, if I'm out and about picking up garbage or whatever, I see weeds, I pick. So, and then I'm constantly trimming that things are overgrown. It's a stress reliever for me.
Fantastic. So, do you have favorites, and how do you pick something new? Do you go through catalogs, or I mean, how do you find stuff that's different?
I'm a favorite of Brex. So
What's
a lot
Brex?
of them. Brex is an online catalog. They mail them to you in the mail.
Okay.
And I buy them by bulbs. And like my lilies, I always buy the reblooming ones. So they bloom earlier in the year, and then they bloom again later in the summer.
Oh, really?
And they're bulbs. And then some
So
of
it's
them
not once a year?
No, they bloom a couple of times a year.
Oh.
And they're reblooming, and they spread like crazy, and I divide those up or give them away. And then I go through pictures, and if I like them, depending on what they do, then I'll buy them and either come bare root or bulbs.
So that's how you kind of figure out what you like, and then sometimes you plant stuff and it turns out not right, and make changes and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, or I'll throw them out and dig them up and get rid of them. If something gets too overwhelming or too big, yeah.
Have you always loved to do this?
Yeah, even when I worked. You know, I mean, when I had 2 girls here and worked full time in Farmington Hills, yeah, I would come home and work in my yard. And then as I retired, and even before that, I've taken it on more. Some of my favorites are these lily trees, but they're not blooming anymore.
The lily trees.
Yeah, they were put in as bare roots, and every year they get bigger and spread.
Are they
That-
white?
No, I have all different colors. They're all over my yard in different colors.
And you said they came bare root, something like this?
They came bare roots like this that you put in the ground.
Oh, and they survive no problems through winters and all that?
No, not at all, because I fertilize them and protect them.
I don't think I remember seeing, truthfully, lily trees. I think this is the first time I've been aware of that.
Go under Brex, and you'll see them. They have all different colors, and like every year they get bigger and bigger and bigger.
How old are those?
4 years, maybe.
So they don't grow that big. I mean, it's not that
Right.
fast.
I mean, they're bigger than they were because some
Right.
of the other ones were put in a couple years ago, and they haven't gotten as tall as the other ones yet.
And Kathy, do they bloom once or twice
They only bloom once, unfortunately.
in the spring, like?
No, like maybe a month ago.
Month ago.
Yeah, a lot of things were blooming a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
But I'm very honored to win this award, so thank you so much.
Well, we're honored to have it. I mean, you know, your home is what, maybe 1960s or what is that?
No, it was built in the 50s.
50. See, that's
Yeah, so of course, you know, with older homes, everything has to be updated.
yes, and that's what you've done. And I think that's part of not only the beautification. Lil says it very many times. It's not just always the plants and the yards. It's all about the entire home, and your home's at that. You've changed it, made it better. I mean, we're an older community, and that's what we have to do to make the neighborhoods nice. And you've done a marvelous job at
well,
that. We
thanks.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
So, on behalf of the city, we want to thank you for making St. Clair Shores, Jefferson Avenue, look more appealing and nicer, and being a 2020 Beautification Award winner. So once again, congratulations.
Well, thank you so very much to all of you. It's a real honor. Thanks.
And congratulations from Beautification.
Well, thank you.
Third location on Amherst Street, another beautiful home, and we are at the home of Michael and Carol Benz property. And just ironic, Michael's brother-in-law is Matt Kripp, and I just actually played Matt In our league on Thursdays, I did win. I did beat Mr. Crippen, so that's always a good thing. But I just thought I would throw.
Yeah, he
throw it
he
out.
claims he doesn't lose many times.
Now we know.
Not true.
Not true.
So, but we'll move on from that. So you have a beautiful home here. Tell us a little bit. We'll start at the front yard. Lifelong or two. You were born here, Michael.
Yeah, I was born here many years ago, and we moved back here. We were on Bestie from like '93 to 2005. We moved out of the shores to be closer to the kids and grandkids for about 7 or 8 years. And Carol had to get back to where she could do yard work, wanted to get back to the shores. And so we moved back. And as far as the yard goes, we got new sod put in, and then Carol took off with all the flowers, which she loves to do. And she spends a lot of time out here doing that. And she deserves her for all the time she puts in her award she's getting.
So, Carol, you enjoy it? It's
I love it. This is what I love to do, and I guess that would be my hobby.
Well, and Lil will tell you that, and she tells it all the time. Curb appeal, right? I mean, we love driving down streets and seeing homes such as this, right, Lil?
Right. What stands out when you are looking for a home to nominate? And remember, Beautification has 12 members, so we go through a lot of homes. We do a lot of things. When we drive down the street, we look for a home that stands out. And your home was picked by one of our members, and it stands out. Your color is good. You know, they say white brings out the best, Kip.
Oh, okay.
And I think this shows that. Now, when we give these awards, and let me go over this again, I know I've done it before, but 50% of your award is your home. I mean, whether you put a new roof on, you put shutters on, you put a patio in,
Sure.
all these things add up to upkeep and raising your home. And that's what we're looking for these beautification awards. We want to show people maybe there's one thing that you may have done that you don't know. Maybe 5 people out there will go out and look at their front porch and say, gee, I can do that, or we can do that.
Yeah.
The more flowers we can get, the more homes, because we are not a new neighborhood. I mean, we are an old established
We are,
neighborhood.
for sure in St. Clair Shores. Now, it looks like you guys enjoy your porch.
Little. I don't like, well.
We don't sit out here that
here.
much, to tell you the
It's more
truth.
like, what,
Just-
HGTV.
So for curb appeal.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's
There you
what
go.
I like.
Yeah.
Well, and it looks like you enjoy the front.
Yeah.
But you enjoy the backyard.
Yes,
I mean,
I
you've,
do.
you've got a little the corner there. Tell us, Michael.
Go ahead.
As far as enjoying, I don't, it's a lot of work, let's put it that way. She got me doing the grass. I don't mess with the flowers. Sometimes I'll water them for her if it gets, like coming up now, these 90-degree days. She's at work, I'll get out and water the flowers. But as
You
far
gotta do
as,
something, right?
yeah, well, yeah,
sit in
yeah,
the
that's what she
chair.
says. I
He
sit in
is
the chair
retired.
in the air conditioning. But, yeah, so I do a little bit on the grass, but she does all the
And
other
you got the
stuff.
willows in the back.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do, because you know, and it's no secret that Shores has water in their backyard, and you can buy these. I found out.
Yes.
Dwarf weeping willow
Yes.
bushes, and they love the water, so that's why they're doing well.
Yep. Right. And actually, as I said to you, we're opposite. You have them low. I let mine grow
Yeah,
to
right.
more
You
like
can
7
let
or
'em
8
grow,
feet. Yep.
grow. I like them low,
Yes.
not real low, but you know, that's, and I like cutting them, and
And
Well-
then on your fence too. You put what was
oh,
it?
I did.
Yeah. So you where do you get that? Do you
I
get that at
did.
like maybe a thrift shop? I mean,
Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
I go in Hobby Lobby a lot, and that new home store at
Yes.
home.
Yes. Yes.
You can find really unique
Yes.
things in there, and I'm a flamingo person.
Okay.
I love, but they have to be metal, not plastic. I like to get metal things.
Right.
So I might pay a little bit more, but mine lasts. And then I take all the stuff in the winter because I take care of my things.
Absolutely.
And
This is good. And now tell me, You take care of your own flowers. You buy your own
Yes, I
flowers.
do.
You pick them out. Every year,
Yeah, every year.
I have been told that you do a little different rotation, which is good. You prepare your soil well. I have always been told that people that produce well have started from the very beginning, Kip, and it's the soil.
Here.
Oh yeah, she spends a lot of money on dirt and
my mother-in-law
fertilizer.
and father-in-law would be so proud because they're lifelong shores.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, not lifelong, since '54
Well,
or three.
still,
or,
I mean,
since
since
the house
they
was,
had
yeah, right.
kids.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
and I was going to say just for Lil, regarding the decorative stuff that they put up, right? Not everything always has to be the plants, right? I mean, you add this decorative stuff, and you notice it when I noticed it when I was in the yard, and it adds to it, makes the yard nicer, and then of course, when it's that it stays, it never
All
dies.
around picture.
And I'm
Yes,
still
all the
looking
picture.
for a metal, so if anyone knows, a metal palm tree to put on my,
Because that stuff is basically just this year, right?
I wanted
The
to
stuff
go to
hanging
Florida
out-
and I couldn't
No,
go.
but I mean, we didn't have
That's
that
why.
stuff hanging last year, right?
Yep.
Did we?
No.
This
I
year.
put it-
That's something new.
and
Oh,
I
that's-
never knew I was
Well, that's-
getting
that's what-
on an award.
that's good
I
stuff.
do this for myself.
But you
you're
know
right.
what?
Well, it's nice for the
you do
city.
it for yourself, but you also do for the hundreds of people that walk and drive down this street. That I mean, as I said again, the member of our group that picked this house, and we pick houses we have no idea who
Right,
lives in.
because
them.
I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to do this because I might win an award. No, I never even came in
No,
mind.
actually, nobody thinks that.
I
right?
was shaking. I was shaking when Jim
Yeah,
come
she was
walking
pretty-
up to me.
she was
He goes, I want to
pretty
see
excited.
you. I go, me? What'd I do?
So you have a beautiful place. Before we
Thank
wrap
you.
it up, and we'll talk a little bit about beautification, and then we'll wrap it all
Okay.
up. And of course, your little shirt you got going. You're a little proud of that.
Please notice my shirt.
Yeah.
It's Keep Michigan Beautiful. This is to tell you how lucky you are to live in St. Clair Shores. We were recognized in Lansing by the governor last year as to a city that had we've done 2 or 3 big projects. Of course, the parks are part of that, but being beautification chair, I was awarded these, and of course then I got this Keep Michigan Beautiful shirt. So please remember, put a flower on your front porch. I mean, you can buy a pot for $1, and it doesn't matter if it's 1 flower or 5 flowers. Put a flower. If everybody in this city put a flower on their front porch, or else put a flower in front, you start. And that's the idea of this. And this is why we do this show, is to get people more involved, Kip. And you know, we are very fortunate. We live at a lake. Even if you live 1.5 miles, when you say you live in St. Clair Shores, the first thing people think, water.
Water,
Yes,
right.
they do.
Yeah,
And this is why we are so fortunate. Thanks again to all the volunteers that do this beautification. It's through their efforts that we come to this, but we do have the support of the Mayor and City Council, of the Parks and Recreation Department, all the departments that we have to work with. We have 13 or 14 flower beds and pots that we take care of. It's all volunteer, and we enjoy it, Kim.
You do a great job. So thank you, and thank you to the Beautification Commission. Michael and Carol Benz, thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for making St. Clair Shores and Amherst more beautiful. We appreciate it. People like you is why St. Clair Shores is just a great city. So on behalf of the city, we want to congratulate you on being 2020 Beautification Award winners. Once again, thank you for letting us come out and film at your lovely home.
Thank you very
you.
much.
So with that, I'm Kip Walby. Thanks for joining me on a Mayor's Corner, and I'll see you around the block.
Hi, I'm Blair Gilbert for Gilbert's Pro Hardware in the south end of St. Clair Shores and MrHardware.com with a quick tip, how to rewind the spool on your weed whacker. So when you go to replace the line on your weed whacker, or line trimmer as it's called, You need to find out that one, you can get the same size line as what was on your old weed whacker. So typically it's a .065 line. There's a residential line, there's a commercial line. For like $1 more, don't fool around, get the commercial line. So we've chosen our line, we've got a spool. We want to get about 9 feet of this. We're in the garage, we don't have tape measure, we don't care. So when we pull it out of here, we want this to spin free. You just throw the spool on the ground, and then give me an arm reach, and then give me a nose reach, and that's going to be enough. That's about 9 feet, that's all we care about. We cut the line, so you take the line, this particular unit has a slot and a little receiver hole that the line was in that I noticed when I took the old line out. I pull the line tight, just like that, so we have a good, clean starter there. And we have this arrow. The arrow is everything. This is why so many people go wrong. You wind with the arrow. Don't outsmart the arrow. And then for the sake of filming, we took and used silver marker and we highlighted the arrow so it's easy to see. But it'll be dark when you get yours and it'll be hard to see. And you just take your time and wind the line around the spool as neat as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, just semi-nice. And if this was a dual, this is a single string line trimmer. If this was a dual string line trimmer, I'd simply be doing both lines at once like this, where I was holding both lines and I just spin the spool and wind it around. So either way, we get it wound up, we get to the bitter end, and there's a little keeper on a lot of these. I can pull the line into that slot that's there. And I pull the line into the slot, that holds the line for me, so as I install it, I put it in, I snap it in place. Now the line didn't unspool or tangle or anything go wrong. I take my cap, I line it up. All these caps are different. That's it, I'm ready to go. Now every time it bumps, it will feed line, and away we go. Quick, easy tip, wind your weed whacker yourself from Mr. Hardware and Gilbert's Pro Hardware in St. Clair Shores.
My name is Michelle Zatorsky. I am one of the owners here at Soulier Landscaping and Garden Center. It is a family-owned business. We do deliver everything that we carry. We have a full line of patio furniture. We sell nursery stock, trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals. We have bulk material that's held in the yard across the street that was our original location. I'd like to invite you into the store. We'd love to help you plan and design your landscape projects. We'd love to see you and hope to see you soon.